Hey, what's going on there, guys? Um, so, coming at you again today with another video. Um, so, this is my day after Christmas video. So, I'm gonna keep it rolling because I honestly this week's been pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Can't say it's gonna be like this next week. I'm pretty sure it's because of the holidays. A lot of people, from out of town, here looking to spend some money, and whatnot. Because man, both shopping orders and restaurant orders have been pretty good. So I went out this morning, 8 o'clock. Uh, got this first order right here for Whataburger, $7, 2.4. Let's go. Let's get it started. Whataburger is kind of slow, but the dollar to miles ratio is pretty good, and I need to get on the board. So took that, and a little bit of a wait, but it wasn't too bad. 24 minutes is what it took for the $7. Okay, so then I get this McDonald's order, $7 for 3.2 miles. Another decent order, especially for McDonald's. So let's keep it rolling, right? So as you can see on the map, it's pretty straight, easy delivery. So nothing too complicated. And then while I was at McDonald's, I got an add-on for $6.50 for an additional 0.4 for $6.50. So yeah, we taking that. I mean, you can see the house icon right there, right next to the one I'm delivering to. So that was definitely a no-brainer. So there goes the $14 for 43 minutes. That was after the first McDonald's drop-off, and then $20.50 after the second McDonald's drop-off. So this is a really good start. I mean, we're not even an hour into my shift, and I'm already at over $20 an hour. So pretty good. Okay. And then I get this one, and it kind of irked me a little bit because it was Tropical Smoothie Cafe, $7 for 10 miles. And this is honestly why sometimes I hate trying to, decline or accept orders while I'm driving. Because I meant to hit to decline it, and I accidentally hit accept it. So yeah, that sucked. And I mean, I could have went through the process of unassigning it and saying that it was accepted by accident, but I'm like, you know what? I just got my completion rate back up to 100%, so I wasn't trying to unassign. So it sucked, but I just went ahead and did it. It is what it is. I mean, it is upside down. I didn't really want to take it, but that's why I hate it. Like my phone, like in my car, like it's like on my little phone holder, which is on my window, and sometimes it's a pain in the butt to reach, and when you're driving, and sometimes I be hitting things by mistake. That's why sometimes I don't even capture screenshots, because I try to. It's just really hard to take a screenshot, from while it's on the phone thing. So it is what it is. So I went ahead and took this. Well, I had no choice, but dropped it off. There goes the $27.50. So not bad. I mean, we're just a little over an hour, and we're at $27.50. So hour and 19 minutes. So even with that trip, I mean, I still completed it pretty quick. It was because it was ready when I got there. So it was pretty much a straight shot to the customer's house. Just a little longer than I wanted to travel, but it is what it is. Now I get this order. I decline this, obviously. $2.25, no tips. McDonald's, 2.6 miles. Like, no, that's an ugly order. One of the ugliest orders I've seen all week. So quick decline. And then I get this one. And see, what irks me about this is they send you a BS offer, and when you decline it, then they send you a nice offer. Like, why couldn't they send me that one instead of the McDonald's, and I could have saved my decline? That's bullshit, man. Like, really gets me going. Like, it's like they tempt you with a crappy offer, and then when they see you don't take it, then they want to feed you like a decent offer. And it's like, you should have just given me that offer to begin with. But Yeah, this is Einstein, 875 plus, 650 tips, 3.4 miles. Let's get it. Take those kind of offers all day. So there you go, 36.25 for 2 hours. So just a little under $20 an hour now. So we were a little bit over, now we're a little bit under. And then now this is what gets me right here. Okay, guys, there's a little backstory to this. So originally I get this $28.75. Okay, it's Best Buy, 2 items. And I looked at the items, both audio, video. One was like an HDMI, and another one was like a power cord for an Insignia TV. So I'm assuming maybe somebody got a TV for Christmas and they forgot to pick up the HDMI cable or something, or I'm not sure, but so 15.4 miles, but honestly, 15 times 2 is $30. So it's almost $2. It's almost $2 a mile. Okay. So I went ahead and took it. I'm like, screw it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this will bring me close to $70. And we're at 10:09 a.m. So almost at $70 at 10:09 a.m. So I was like, yeah, I'm just hoping that the lines were not crazy because, people get gift cards for Christmas. Best Buy is a very popular spot. And of course, when I went in there, it wasn't that bad. There was a lot of people in the store, but the line at the time was probably like maybe 4 or 5 people. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just grab this, get in line, dip out. And I'll deal with the miles. I don't care. It is what it is. It's not that, because it's a little past my house, but it's okay. I'll deal with it. Even if it took me an hour, that would be $28.75 for the hour. And it says estimated 46 minutes. So I'll deal with the dead miles. I don't care. It is what it is. I need to make money. I can't just sit there and take $4 offers. It's not going to get me nowhere. So I went into Best Buy, found the power cord, easy, no problem. And then the second thing was an 8-foot, HDMI cord, cable. They had the 4-foots, they had the 12-foots, didn't have any 8-foots. I found the peg was empty. So originally I went to just go take a picture of the peg, click, found, the empty shelf or whatever. Went to go take a picture. I must have sat there for like 3-4 minutes just trying to take a picture of the stupid peg, so that way it wouldn't count it against me because, that's what happens when you're in the Pro Shopper, original item count. If you take a picture of the shelf or the peg hook that's empty, they exclude that from your ratings. Where if I just skip past it, then they don't exclude it and it counts against you. So I was there for like a couple of minutes just trying to take a picture, and it wasn't working. So I says, well, let me just go ask an associate if they have it then, because at this point, what I'm saying, I feel like it's probably something that they should have. They have like 20 of the 4-foots and they have like 20 of the 12-foots. Like, why would they have no 8-foots? It don't make no sense. So I ask a guy, track them down. Best Buy is kind of hard. They have like 3 people on the floor and, they're all tied up. But I was able to snag one away if that was helping another customer. And I said, hey, I'm doing a DoorDash order here. I need this Insignia 8-foot HDMI cable. So, he breaks out his little machine and punches the numbers in or whatever. He's like, oh, yeah, we got plenty of them. I'm like, okay, cool. So he went into the back. Minutes go by. He ain't come back out yet. And another guy comes over. He's like, were you looking for the power cord? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, my partner got tied up, but let me just see, where they're at. And then, he breaks out his little machine. And, oh, yeah, we got plenty. So he goes into the back. Time goes by. I'm getting frustrated at this point because, like, I'm just eating up all this time, And then he comes back and he's like, yeah, I can't find none. It says we have them, but I don't know where they're at. I'm like, great. So try to message the customer, no response. Call the customer, no response. And honestly, this is why certain shopping things I just don't like, And even though I do get some really good shopping orders, it's really defeating to the point where I'm probably just going to just turn shopping off, at least until after the holidays. because the stores are just really busy. It's hard to find help, and then the help is not even good help. Like, we have some, but I can't find them. Well, can you find somebody? But I don't want to go through that. I've already been there long enough, and I didn't get any response from the customer. And then now I'm looking at the lines, and it's growing and growing. So I just unassigned. I'm like, I'm not dealing with it. Even though I found the cable, found the power cord, but I was just like, I'm at this point, I'm just going to unassign. Good thing is once you're in the store for 10 minutes and you go to unassigned, it actually populates to worry free. So I didn't even, have to worry about, bumping down my completion percentage. It was a worry free unassigned, and I just moved on. But I got upset because the amount of time that I burnt waiting for help and then leaving empty handed, like no order, no nothing. Like, it just honestly just pissed me off, and, I really wish when we did shopping orders that we can have a filter, like filter what kind of shopping orders we want to do, because I like the grocery shopping orders. I never have issues with that. Never, never, never. Even taking pictures of shelf tags. I go to Safeway or something like that and I take a picture, it's fine. It's just stores like Best Buy and Ulta and Sally's, or if you're trying to take a picture of a pay cook, sometimes it doesn't want to capture the tag, and it's BS. But it is what it is. I unassigned from this and I moved on. I got this shortly after, $9.50. It was a Walgreens shop for 5 items, all easy items to find, and you can see the mileage 1.7. So $9.50 for 1.7. That's a really good, mile to dollar ratio. So I definitely took that, dropped it off, and because I was right down the street. There you go, $46.50 for 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. But then because I was right down the street, I got another Walgreens, $8.50 for 3 miles, 2 items, and it was like a 12-pack of Pepsi and some potato chips. Again, had it shopped in 30 seconds. They were both in the same aisle. Nobody in the store. So checked out, was on my way, dropped it off. So good on them, easy shop. So now I'm making making it a little up. So $55 for 3.5 hours. Okay. And then they added a $2 tip, the Walgreens order, the last one that I dropped off with the soda and the potato chips. She added a $2 tip. So it brought it up to $57. And then I get this Tropical Smoothie Cafe, $18.25, 12 miles. I took it because at this point I wanted to make some money up for the $28 I lost at Best Buy. Now it was 12 miles, but it's literally going right. It's like 5 minutes from my house, like literally. So I said, I'll just end it here. I'll just end it. I'll do the shop real quick. I'll pick up. I'm right by the smoothie place, like maybe a half a mile or so, and I'll just drop it off down there and call it goods. So I did that, picked it up. There you go, $75.25 for a little over 4 hours. Okay, and then I decided I was gonna just stay out. I'm like, you know what? I was gonna go home, but I'll just stay out a little bit more, because my daughter had something that she had to do, like around 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and it was already like 12:30. So I was like, if I go home now, I lose an hour. I'll just stay out for another hour because I had to pick her up at 1:30 and it was 12:30. So I was like, you know what? I'll just stay out for another hour. So I picked up this Panera, $6.38 for 3 miles. Like $2 a mile, somewhere around there. So, and look, you can see by my pin location, I was literally right on top of Panera. I don't think I could have been any closer, unless I was walking in through the door. But I was like right in the parking lot when I got that order, so it was an easy drop off. So there you go. Now we're at $81.63 for just under 5 hours. Okay, and that's where I ended it. That's where I ended it because it was 105. So, that was the first part of my shift. I said I'll go back out later. It's just I had to do something with my daughter. So $81.63 for 5 hours. So not quite the 20 hours that I wanted per hour. I was hoping to have about 100 by now, but It is what it is. I wasted so much time at Best Buy, man, and it killed it. It killed it. I mean, I could have squeezed out one, maybe two more orders, and I probably would have hit the $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just all that time wasted. Like, that's my fault, though. I'm not gonna even blame anybody. That's my fault. When the first guy blew me off, I should have right there unassigned. I shouldn't have even waited around. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it wasn't in stock, or it was somewhere where they had no idea where it was, and it just. Especially when the customer wasn't getting back to me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm done with this. Like, I don't know why I waited so long, but it is what it is. You make mistakes, you learn from it. Then I went back out at 6 o'clock because by then, I got done what I had to do. So I went back out at 6 o'clock. I said, I'll go out for a few more hours, because tomorrow I'm not going to really be able to dash that much. I got 4 hours scheduled in the morning. And then I got 2 cleans to do tomorrow. So that's going to tie me up for the rest of the day. So I'm trying to work as much as I can today. So I get this $13.85 for 6 miles. That's a solid offer. $13.85 for 6 miles. Yeah. So Torchy's Tacos, I'm sitting right there by it. So went, picked it up, straight shot. You can see by the map, literally straight shot all the way up. About 10, 15 minutes up to the house. And about 10, 15 minutes back down. Easy. There you go. Not even 20 minutes for the whole thing. And I was waiting 10 minutes at the restaurant too for the order. So, and then I get this garbage order declined. I'm not messing with this crap. $3.75, no tips, 5.5 miles, L&L Hawaiian. Even though I was right there, I was sitting in the plaza. But that's a garbage order. Not doing it. And then they sent me this one, and this is the second time it happened where I declined a garbage order, and then they give me a good one. It's like they're trying to test me here. $8.85, 2.9 miles for a Chiba Hut. Yeah, of course. I'm gonna take that and drop it off. And there you go, $22.70 for an hour. Good hour, right? This is what's been happening. Is I start off good, and then I end up falling flat, and that's kind of been the story today. Then I get to 7-Eleven. I'm right there, as you can see with the pin location. $5, 1.3 miles. Let's do it. It's literally just a few things. Dropped it off easy. $27.70, hour and a half. Then I get this one. It's a stacked order. Chiba Hut and Pizza Hut. $15.25, 6 miles. Let's get it. I mean, they're both right there by each other, as you can see. They're both right on the same street. And, the customer is, not towards my house, but it's going back south, back in that direction. And it's already 7:42, so I'm not looking to stay out much later. So I said, I'll just take this and, we'll be good. Or maybe I'll take another one after this, depending upon how quickly I get it done. So Chiba Hut was ready. Okay. Now here's a story, right? And this is what kind of got me mad, because I was actually thinking about staying out like probably another hour. So I go to Chiba Hut and I pick it up, and everything's good. And I'm coming out the plaza, and it's a ghost town, right? There's like nobody on the road at this point. The part of the city I'm at, nobody on the road, which I thought was kind of weird because, usually over there is tons of traffic, whatever. So I get to the red light, and I'm on my way to Pizza Hut. Another car pulls up beside me, playing some garbage music, man, like some real bad garbage music, like filthy, like nasty. So my window's cracked. I roll my window up, and so I don't know what happened, but right before the light turned, I heard a thug, like this real bad thug, right? So then I look. I'll show you some. This is my car, okay? You can see some white stuff all over my car, right? All over my tires, all right there. Scratches, white stuff, whatever. So the person that was next to me threw a bottle at my car. It had a whole bunch of white shit in it. I don't even know what it was, and got all over the side of my car. So that pissed me off. It really did. It pissed me off, because I'm already not in the mood. You know what I'm saying? And I went to go get out of my car. And they scurried away, like they were scared, because I think they saw I got out with the quickness too. I was pissed, and they scurried along. So it is what it is. I'll bring it to the car wash tomorrow. Hopefully it'll all come out. So there was the $42.95 after I dropped off that stacked order, the Pizza Hut and the Chiba Hut. So, and then I got this one, and at this point I'm just like, normally I would probably take this one, 1025, 6 miles for Cold Stone, but I didn't want to go all the way up on Woodman, and I was already kind of fuming from what just happened, so I ended it. There you go, $42.95. $42.95 for 2.5 hours. I just ended it. I'm just like, I was just fuming. It is what it is. So today I made $124.58. Okay, I worked 7.5 hours, so that's an average of $16.61 an hour. So not the greatest. I went from a little over 20 to down to 16, but I felt Best Buy killed a little bit of that. Because it was pretty busy most of the day today. So, but here's my week right here. So 25 hours, I got $453.63. So, I did get on Monday, did decent on Tuesday, made under my 100 on Wednesday, but not by much. And then obviously Thursday was Christmas. And then, there's my Friday numbers right there. So pretty good. Now, if you take about the week, $453.63, which is what I've done for the week for 25 hours, I'm still over $18 an hour. So that's good. I'm at $18.14 an hour. So far for the week, not too bad. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to do 4 hours in the morning, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then I got to come back, pick up my wife. And then we got 2 cleans to do tomorrow, for my main job. So that's going to take most of the day. One of them is like a 40-minute drive. And then it takes about 3 hours normally to clean it. But, it's after Christmas, so I'm expecting it to be a mess. They got to come back down to the Springs and then do another house. It normally takes us about 2 hours. So I'm going to be pretty much cashed after that. So, whatever I do for the 4 hours in the morning, that'll be it until Sunday. And then Sunday we're supposed to get snow. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like on Sunday. I'm not a big snow person. I mean, I have an all-wheel drive vehicle, but I just don't like driving in the snow. So we'll see what Sunday brings us. And plus, there's going to be a lot of traffic. Everybody's heading home on Sunday, to go back to work for Monday. So that'd be what it is. It is what it is. So whatever I do for the 4 hours tomorrow, and then if I can get out on Sunday, I'm predicting probably maybe add another $100 to it. So maybe $550, $600 for the week. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, overall the dollars per hour, is good. I mean, I put on a little bit of miles, but not too much, honestly, because I've only worked 25 hours. So I ain't put on as much as I normally would have, but, and I've been getting a lot of shorter trips, but they're sprinkling in those, 15, 16 mile trips, but this is a big city. You can't, if you sit in a parking lot all day and just only accept, 3-4 mile trips, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to make no money. Not in this city, maybe other smaller markets and smaller cities, you can do that. But yeah, you definitely can in Colorado Springs. I mean, you're going to have to, you're going to have to spend some to get some, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, man, that is it. That's what I got for the week, 453. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry if I made this a little longer. Had to do a couple little vent sessions, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening. And till next time, guys, be safe.